Hi everyone, it's Ro and today I'm going to be filming my September book wrap up. So I'm going to be talking about all the books that I read in September, and I'm also going to be doing my October to be read. I know this video is so overdue, but I've been in Bali and I sort of just wanted to do nothing on that holiday, and I did. So now I'm getting right back into my videos, expecting to be filming quite a lot of videos this week while I've got time off, and then when I go back to school, hopefully I'll have some videos to edit and upload for you guys. But anyway, so I'm just going to jump right into the books that I finished in September, and it was a pretty successful reading month for me. I read 4 books in total. So the first book I read in September was Origin by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and this was the 4th book, I think, in the Luck series, which I talked about in my last wrap-up video. I love the Luck series, it's bloody amazing. I love Jennifer's writing, I love Damon Black, who is one of the main characters in the series. He's totally swoon-worthy, so I love him to bits, and Katie's also really cool as well. It's an alien series, so it's sort of like paranormal YA, I think. Chances are you've probably already heard about the Luck series a lot because everyone loves it, I think. And so I'm not going to go too into depth about what the whole series is about. Origin, I think, was one of my favourites in the series. So much happened and I completely loved it. There were so many great scenes with Katie and Damon. I think you know what I'm talking about if you've read the series. So yeah, Origin was one of my favourites and I loved it. I flew through it. I read it in like 2 days, so that was great. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten around to the last book yet, which is crazy. This series, I don't know why, I just stopped reading because I don't know, I find a new book that I really want to read, and I guess I know I can always go back to the series, and when I need to read the next book, I won't be disappointed because I know that every other book that I've read in the series is amazing. So I'll probably be getting around to that sometime soon, hopefully maybe in November. I probably won't get to it in October because I've got quite a big to be read to read, and there's lots of new exciting books that I'm really excited to read. So that was the first book I read in September, and then, yes, you guys probably know what I'm going to be talking about right now. Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas, and I've already done a book talk on this, so if you guys want to go watch that, I'll link the video in the description down below. But let me tell you, when I finished Heir of Fire, the 3rd book in the Throne of Glass series, I was literally in a big reading slump and I couldn't pick up another book for a good couple of weeks. Maybe it might have even been a month, but yeah, that's what Sarah does to me, and she sort of did that to me in this one. I really liked it. Lots of things happened that I did not expect. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, obviously, because I love Sarah and her writing is amazing. But I was so happy to dive back into the Throne of Glass series again because I was really missing Aelin and Rowan and all the other characters in this series that are so amazing. And we really got introduced to a lot of new characters in this book, and I love them all very much. So I'm so excited for the next book to come out next year. Sad face, yes, I know it's a long time away, but I didn't really have the biggest hangover from this book because it ended on quite a light note, and yeah, I'm not too depressed after finishing this book, and I can wait, I think, for the next one. It's gonna be hard, but I can wait. I cannot tell you enough how much you need to read this series if you haven't read it yet. It's amazing. It's one of my most favourite series ever. So yeah, pick it up. And yeah, so I read Queen of Shadows, loved it, and yeah, that was the 2nd book I read in September. So while I was in Bali, I obviously had a lot of time to read, so I picked up Legacy of Kings by Eleanor Herman, and this is a ancient Greek type book, and it's fancy, and I really enjoyed it. This book was set in Alexander the Great's time, which is awesome, and this book has multiple points of views, which was great because you got to see lots of different angles in the plot. Really liked it. I love historical books like this, especially young adult, because we do not really get a lot of these sort of books. So I was thrilled when I saw this in the bookstore and I picked it up immediately because I love this sort of stuff and I love this book. So if you guys love reading historical novels in a young adult sort of setting, you should totally pick it up. It was great, and yeah, I loved it. It's the first book in a series, I believe, so I am really excited that this is going to be a series. I'm not really sure how long the series is going to be, but I'm super pumped for the next book to come out. I think it comes out next year, but yeah, I love this book and I can't wait to carry on with the series. So the last book I read in September was Reawakened by Colleen Hook, and I have mixed feelings on this book. It definitely wasn't amazing, and if you've heard of Colleen before, I think she wrote the series called The Tiger's Curse, and I know not many people completely loved that series because I think Colleen is quite well known for not researching into depth for her novels. I believe The Tiger's Curse was based on an Indian myth, and most people weren't very happy with how it turned out because apparently it didn't stay true to the culture. And when I was going through the reviews on Goodreads after I finished this, apparently it was the same for this one as well. So this book, Reawakened, is sort of based around ancient Egypt, which I thought would be pretty cool because I love that stuff. And so when I picked this up, I was expecting, I don't know, pretty great things, but it didn't really turn out what I thought it would be. I thought it would be set in ancient Egypt, but no, it was just based around ancient Egypt. I don't know, it's hard to explain. In modern times, and there's a girl called, what's her name again? Lily. We follow Lily, and obviously you can tell I love this book. But we followed Lily, and she, I didn't love her, to be honest. She was pretty snobby and stuck up. She was a rich girl and she had everything going for her, but she felt depressed, blah blah blah. So obviously I didn't love that, and she went to the Met in New York and she stumbles into the Ancient Egypt exhibition in the Met in New York, and she finds a sarcophagus and there's a guy in it, and he awakes and she's very confused and everything, and he casts a spell on her that creates a bond between the two. It turns out the guy who was in the sarcophagus is a reawakened Egyptian prince with godlike powers, and he's been reawakened after many years of mummification. Amon, who is the Egyptian prince, wakes up and tells Lily that he needs help to find his brothers in the Valley of Kings in Egypt, and only with her help can they find her brothers and complete the ceremony that to stop Seth, which is one of the Egyptian gods, from taking over Egypt. I didn't love it. I didn't love this book, and I don't really have much to say about it, to be honest. You can go read the reviews on Goodreads because there's a lot talking about Colleen, and I sort of want to find out more about her books because she sounds a bit shady. I don't really know, but yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about this because I don't really know, to be honest. That was the last book I read in September. So now I am going to be talking about the books I want to read in October, and it might be a bit ambitious, but I really want to do well with my reading this month, and I've got a lot of great books lined up that I really want to get to, and yeah, I'm going to be talking about them now. So the first book I'm going to be reading in October is Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor, and this is the third book in the Daughter of Spoken Bone trilogy, and I can't believe I haven't finished this trilogy yet. My reading has been so dragged out for this series. It said all the way back in July that I was going to read this book because I'd read Days of Blood and Starlight in like July, and I can't believe I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I'm finally doing it. I'm going to get this done. It's pretty big, but I want to get it done because there's so many other books that I want to read. It follows Karoo, who is this really mysterious chick who has a weird ass family, and her father asks her to go around collecting teeth from rotten corpses, For some reason she has no idea why, but she has to go and collect teeth all around the world, and it sounds weird, but you guys will love this series. It's really different, and it sort of plays on the whole thing of devils and angels, I guess. It's really cool. The last one was pretty dark, and I have a feeling this hopefully won't be as dark as the last one, but I'm really pumped to be finishing this one. I think I'm about 200 pages in, so hopefully I can get it done soon because I really want to read some other books this month. That's what I am reading currently in October. The next book I'm going to be reading is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I think that's how you say her last name, I'm not really sure, but oh my god, I'm so excited to get to this book. Everyone has been raving about it. It's only recently just come out, like at the end of September, so I ordered it straight away, and it literally arrived only like 10 minutes before I was going to start filming this video, and I'm so pumped to be getting to this. If you haven't heard about it, it follows this guy Kaz, and he's a criminal prodigy, and he's been offered wealth, a lot of wealth, but he has to pull a really dangerous heist, and that is to break into the ice court. And apparently it's like this military stronghold that has hardly ever been broken into, but he needs help from 5 other criminals to get into this ice court, and he has to retrieve a hostage who apparently has some magic that can be unleashed into the world, and it isn't a good type of magic. And yeah, it sounds awesome, and everyone has been talking about it. If you haven't heard about Six of Crows, where have you been? Because you can probably agree with me when I can say that everyone has been loving this book. So obviously I had to pick it up, and it's set in the Grisha world, which is a world that Leigh created in the Shadow and Bone series, which is just along down here. I've read only 2 of the books in this trilogy, and I really want to get to Ruin and Rising because I really did like the Shadow and Bone series. I thought the Darkling was very mysterious indeed, so hopefully I can finish that soon, but I'm really gonna get to this in October because everyone loves it, and hopefully I'll be doing a book talk on it so you can see what my thoughts are. And if you guys have already read it, tell me what it's like down in the comments if you'd enjoyed it, but don't give any spoilers. I'll be probably updating my progress on Goodreads, so if you guys want to be my friend on Goodreads, go for it. I've normally put the links down below in my description box, but yeah, be my friend on Goodreads and you can see how I'm getting along with this book. So yeah, that's the second book in my to be read. And when I was in Bali, guess what series I found, which I've never been able to find in Perth for some weird reason, but it is To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and the sequel, P.S. I Still Love You, and I'm so excited to get to this series. I've been wanting to read it for so long, and normally I'm not really for contemporary young adult sort of books. I literally have never read any books in that genre, but the plot for this just sounds way too cute. It follows Lara, and she keeps love letters in a box that her mother gave her. They're all love letters addressed to all the boys that she's loved before, and she writes them down, she puts them in a box, and someday this box gets found out and all her letters get sent out to the boys she has loved before, and it just sounds so funny, and I'm so excited to be getting to this because I've been wanting to get to it for so long, and hopefully the sequel will be great as well. I love the covers of these, they're so cute, and it's gonna literally be the first contemporary series that I've read, so you guys should be proud of me. I'm gonna try and get into this genre. I don't really know if that's a lie or not, but yes, I will be reading this series and hopefully I can read it in October. So the last book of my October to be read, I don't have it physically, but hopefully I can get it very soon, and that is the sequel to the Snow Like Ashes series, Ice Like Fire, and I really love this fantasy series. I read it, I don't even know, I think it was at the start of this year, and it's great, it's really cool. It follows Mayra, and she is a Winterian, which is obviously a person who lives in the winter court. There's all the like season courts, and then there's the rhythms. And the Winterians' palace and city got invaded by the spring. I keep thinking the spring court from A Court of Thorns and Roses. It's not that. It's, what is it? It's like I know, the Spring City, and they have an evil like lord or king. He destroyed winter, and Mayra was one of the only survivors who escaped the clutches of spring and got to live freely. And she's living with these lords and ladies from the winter court, and also Mather, who is the winter king, and he's the same age as her, so wink wink. They sort of get along and they have cute little crushes on each other, but they can't do anything because he's the king and Mayra isn't a lady or anything. She's just a random girl. But when they have to escape their little camp in winter, they have to go to Cordell, which is one of the rhythm countries. Mayra finds out that she has actually been engaged to the Prince of Cordell, Theron, I think his name's Theron. So I'm really pumped to be getting to that series as well. Hopefully I can find that soon. To be honest, I'll probably read that over the To All the Boys I've Loved Before series, but hopefully I can get to it. So that is all the books I read in September and all the books that I want to read in October. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!